about juveniles being tried as adults in California. We, the affirmative, believe that juveniles should not be tried as adults. Currently in California, the age to be tried as an adult is 14. So I believe that that's too young of an age, and we're going to show you why it's too young and why we need to focus more on counseling, guidance, and rehabilitation and supervision rather than just punishment. There's a problem with our juvenile correction program. They make up a good percentage of the crimes in America, and trying them as adults is not working. In 2008, 9% of all murders in the U.S. were committed by juveniles. Almost half of all arsons and over 1/3 of all vandalism arrests were juveniles. Approximately 1/4 of the U.S. robbery and auto theft arrests were teens. 16% of all violent crimes committed by youths. So this is a big problem. There are a lot of youths committing crimes, and why should we just lock them up and throw away the key? We gotta correct the issues and behavior. If we just, throw them in prison forever, it's not gonna help anything. I don't think that it's been proven to deter crime in juveniles. They're still committing as much crimes. It's estimated that as many as 250,000 youth are annually prosecuted as adults. And there are over 70,000 juvenile offenders are not living in their homes. So they usually in juvenile detention facilities, correction facilities, group homes, or shelters. There's a big problem at home that the Office of Juvenile and Justice Delinquency Prevention lists specific risk factors in the development of delinquent behavior. These include child abuse, family disintegration, economic and social deprivation, low neighborhood attachment, parental attitudes conditioning law-violating behavior, academic failure, truancy, school dropout, lack of bonding with society, fighting with peers, and antisocial behaviors in early life. They're growing up in a bad behavior, in a bad area, so they're not getting the correct guidance that they need, and they still have a chance. There's over 100, or I think there's 107 youths in the correction facility that are serving life sentences. I think that's, it's not a lot compared to the population of the United States, but 107 children who they make one mistake in their life and they have to live the rest of their life by that. How would you guys like to live your life based on something that you did when you were 15 or 16? If you make one mistake, you have to live with that for the rest of your life. How can you learn from something if you don't get a chance to prove that you've learned from it? Mark Wahlberg was 16 when he was arrested for attempted murder, and he was charged with it. There are cases of people, being charged with juvenile crimes and coming out from that after, proper guidance and rehabilitation. Juveniles tried and convicted as adults are 32% more likely to commit another crime in the future than juveniles tried, according to the Florida Department of Juvenile Justice Prison Policy. Just imagine what our world would be like if we didn't have Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. It would be a much darker place. Other high-profile celebrities that have been charged with juvenile crimes are 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Danny Trejo, Allen Iverson. They've all come out of that, come from, if they were tried as adults, thrown away, locked the key. They've gone on to do bigger, better things. They've been able to come out of out of their bad situation, and then been able to come out of that, and with proper guidance and rehabilitation. The prefrontal cortex, which is the area in your brain that's involved with planning and decision making, is not fully developed until the late 30s and 40s. So I mean, there's children that are teenagers that are making decisions that are affecting the rest of their life, yet the decision center of their brain that's making those decisions isn't fully developed yet. So I think that they should have a little more leniency because they're not fully developed. I think a lot of you would look back in your lives and realize, stupid decisions you made. I've, petty shoplifting, stuff like that. I've stolen thousands of packs of gum from Stater Brothers. So if I was charged with that and that affected the rest of my life, it would not be here for you. Well, maybe not for stealing gum, but there's worse crimes that people that they haven't been taught better. I mean, they're in terrible situations and they're not able to have the proper guidance that most of us do have. Thank you.
The applause is definitely appreciated, but since we have a whole debate, why don't you guys save it to the end of the debate and then applaud all of them at once? Thank you.